What's good, everybody? Chris here again. Chris Goes Outdoors. Same day as maybe the previous video. Was up Iron Mountain earlier today. Shuffled over about 10 minutes or so once you get back on the main road up to Black Mountain. So this is the Black Mountain ski area, I guess. And we're gonna try to shuffle up here quick and see what's up, see what's going on. Looks pretty heavy as far as elevation, 1,500 feet and about 1.5 miles. So it's apparently just another stair climber. So we'll check it out, see what we can do. Apparently there's a cabin up there that people can pay to rent, and I'm assuming that's what the other cars here are probably doing. I don't know. Either way, we'll get up there, check it out, see what all the fuss is about. So that little view was right down where the cabin is that you can stay up when you come up here. It's like $40 a night or something. There was a sign about it, but didn't take any video. There's a whole family there with their kids and stuff, so no need to get them on tape. And looked pretty cool. Said they came up here and the view looked like it was fully overgrown, which is unfortunate, but we'll go up, take a look. In case you can't tell by my face, we're at the summit. I think view would be a stretch. I was looking around, I was like, maybe I'm at the wrong place. Nope. We're at the summit for sure. But the guy was right. I think he said he was up here like 10 years ago, and you could see off here really, really well. But since then, the trees have grown up substantially. This is another one of those 52 with a view. I'll give you a view from the summit right now. So I'm not exactly sure what my plan is. I was hoping that this would have been a nice view, watch the sunset off of it, but I brought a hammock with me. I may end up camping somewhere off the side of the mountain here if I can find something. It's super dense woods, but we'll see. Alright, so for those that I know are going to ask, and before anybody says anything, I definitely set the tarp up, like inside out. The little pullouts on the other side or on the inside, but quite frankly, I don't care. I wouldn't use them anyway, but you can see right here. So this is the setup I went with. Went Dutch Chameleon, so I got the, those are the spider straps, the little Dutch clip. And then for the hammock, I went with it's the dark gray and the 1.0 Hexon, which I'm pushing the border of weight limit, but whatever. You can see a little peak loft there. And I got the symmetrical bug net, not the asymmetrical. It also came with some of those shock cords for like the to pull out like this part right here, so you can kind of like pull out part of the hammock. And it also came with a little nylon stuff sack to keep the hammock all wrapped in. So it's the double-sided one. And for tarp, I ended up picking up a 12-foot hammock gear Cuben fiber hex tarp. And that came with the mesh snakeskins you can see there. It came with a little Cuben bag as well. It had whatever line is on there, I don't know what kind of line. And it came with a set of Dutch wasps as well. So this is what we're gonna stay in tonight. It's supposed to drop down into the 40s, and I'm a bit concerned because I have my 20-degree quilt, which in my opinion is not rated at 20 degrees, and I have that for my my underquilt, so to speak, because I have not invested into an underquilt, nor do I want to until I spend a night in here. So I'm hoping with the tarp down nice and low like this, that it'll help keep a little bit of warmth in, and hopefully it won't be too bad, but we'll see, I guess. I know once I sit in this, I'm gonna end up sinking like a foot too, which more than a foot, but whatever. So yeah, we'll hang out and enjoy the night. So we're sitting down, gonna have a little breakfast before we roll off down the mountain. My overall thoughts about hammock camping, or at least my first, overnight run at it. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. I think a lot of that has to do specifically with the pad that I used, which was the Thermarest Z-Lite, just because it's all I have. So I don't want to make a jump into a underquilt immediately, not knowing if I would find hammocking comfortable. And it was fairly comfortable. The issue with that pad is it's not really much room to move around as far as position goes. So if I move too much, like cold spots everywhere. So I kind of had to remain in the same-ish, I guess you could say, position for most of the night. But other than that, it wasn't too bad. The setup definitely leaves a little bit to be desired. So it took me probably 15 minutes to get it right. And I know with trial and error and practice, like that will get better, but I'm a man who likes quick setups, and one of the biggest turnoffs to me about hammock camping, it just seems like constant finagling with things. I don't know, we'll see how that goes. It wasn't the end of the world, I had nothing but time yesterday, so. But yeah, it was pretty cool, so nice to experience that a little bit. I would love to buy an underquilt, but I'm gonna be honest, at this point I'm saving up for a probable another adventure, and just cost-wise, it's not exactly conducive to the budget. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll just go crazy and end up buying it anyway. And I think it would be a cool option for winter camping to 0 degree, underquilt, overquilt. And the hammock gear tarp that I bought too, I'm not really too sure of. It's one of the hex tarps, but I kind of wish I had went with one with doors instead. Just a regular flat tarp with doors, especially if I'm going to use it or try to use it in winter. So there's a lot of still what ifs to be answered. I had already debated selling it before even bringing it out here or returning it to Dutch, but I want to give it a longer shot. I've been accustomed to the tent thing forever, so we'll give it some more trial runs. Don't freak out yet, but we'll see how it goes. Not worried about it either way. Coffee up and running. Blueberry granola. May have pounded a couple Snickers while no one was looking. I'm just watching the sunrise kind of through the trees here, so it's pretty sweet. It's definitely warmed up substantially, I feel like, since I've been up moving around. Squirrel alarm system. They've been watching me all night. Heard them rustling. Debating hitting another mountain. It'd be my 3rd mountain this weekend. Fancy boy, right? But we'll see how it plays out, see how I feel when I get back down to the car. So. Alright, and we're back down to the parking area. Decent hike. It's essentially just straight up. It's like walking on a Stairmaster or some ski trail. But the view, pretty lackluster, to say the least. Much like Hibbard. In all honesty, I think Hibbard in Mexico were better views than this was. But the camping was pretty good. Got to test out the hammock, so that's pretty cool. So if you got any hammock advice, I'm sure you hammock people do, because hammock people love to talk hammocks. Feel free to drop it in the comments. If you liked the video, drop it a like. If you loved it, consider commenting and subscribing. Probable more hammock videos coming at some point. Follow me on Instagram if you care to, at Chris Goes Outdoors. Don't feel obligated. Social media's pretty lame. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care.